Congratulations on your innings. A lot of fight today. I suppose that's something you guys can take out of this test match, the resolute batting that you guys showed today.
Yeah, obviously we're a bit disappointed at how the first innings went. Just don't feel like we had any resilience and grit out there. And you could see the Australian innings, how they batted. They just took their time, they were nice and patient. And it felt in the second innings we needed to dig deep. I think Tasman Brits and Dharmi Tucker really did well at the back end of yesterday to make sure we didn't lose any other wickets. And we just knew today was going to be a really tough day. So yeah, we just had to try and be nice and patient. But yeah, I'm disappointed with the way that I went out. Felt that we could still push it. Takes a lot of patience though. But yeah, there's a lot to take out of the test match.
What do you think has been the biggest lessons that you've learned from, I guess, playing test cricket? Not something you guys have been obviously able to play too much over the years, but what do you think are the big differences from playing, I guess, the shorter formats compared to test cricket?
I think just staying nice and calm out there. I feel like you always feel in the middle, you want to get contact, bat on ball at all times, whether you're batting or when you're bowling, you just want to strike as much as possible. But I just feel like you need to stay nice and calm and bowl lengths for a long period of time, and I felt that that's what Australia did really well. They didn't get tired bowling the same ball over and over again. And yeah, that's something we could have taken out of it. And like I said with the bat as well, we just needed to be nice and patient. I think there were quality bowlers. Darcy Brown and Kim Garth were bowling really well. I felt that we just needed to play it out. We knew the ball was going to move quite a bit. So, like I said, just that grit and resilience and just trying to dig deep as much as we can. I just felt that we lacked a lot of that. And we kind of got outplayed this whole test.
There's been a lot of efforts from, I guess, South African cricket to professionalise women's cricket the last 12 months since the T20 World Cup. But I mean, what else do you think can be done to maybe take South Africa women's cricket to another level, especially in Test cricket? I mean, do you think it's about maybe scheduling just more matches or?
Yeah, we'd love to play Test match. I think obviously didn't have the opportunity to play in 2022 against England. Obviously play the one in 2014, which is the once-off against India. It's a nice format to play. I think it just tests you as a player. You get out of the comfort zone, batting long periods of time, standing on the field for a long day. So yeah, we would love to play. I think it's a nice format to have under your belt. But yeah, hopefully going forward we can have a lot more of those.
Would you hope maybe Australia could come to South Africa and reciprocate?
The number one team in the world, you want to play them, so they can come tomorrow if they want.
Amazing. And what is next for you guys, and how do you go about now preparing for the T20 World Cup later this year?
Yeah, so obviously some of the girls are flying out to WPLs, which will be good, nice T20 cricket, and obviously girls will go back and get ready in domestic format back home. So I think it'll be really important to make sure that, just before Sri Lanka we have back home, just make sure we get our stepping blocks ready to go, especially with the T20 World Cup around the corner. Just starting off from the beginning and building up would be really good. So yeah, obviously got girls playing domestic until the Sri Lanka series, which will be really exciting, and then hopefully after that we can go and get into another final.
And I know the team's been undergoing a period of change with some retirements in the last few years. How do you think some of the younger players have stepped up on this tour, and are they good signs for the future?
No, very good signs. I think Marks and Chloe have been amazing. Youngsters coming in, they've got that X factor about them, and a lot of raw talent. So if we can get them to stay in here as long as they can and they learn a lot, I think this has been a big tour for them, a lot of learnings. But as players like that, it was really exciting to see young energy coming into the group. Makes us feel a little bit old sometimes, but it's just nice to see the talent that they have, and I know that they'll just go from strength to strength in this environment.
Thank you. Moving over to Zoom. Thank you so much for your patience. Morgan, I see your hand is already up. Please go ahead.
Morgan.
Thank you.
Thanks, Nita. Hi, Chloe. Hard luck. I thought you ladies were quite gutsy today in their second innings and yesterday as well. But there's still some positives to take out of it. For me, one, it was good to see someone like Tasman playing a lot of patience with the bat and also just proving that she can play a different role, which is quite important, being able to adapt. And then Dharmi Tucker, I think she's probably the final of the test match for you ladies, showing that she can be an absolute banker with the bat, and then also, tie up one end with those spinners she bowled and allow someone like you to perhaps be a little bit more aggressive from the other side. So there are serious positives to take out of this performance.
No, 100%. I even think with the ball, Mazabata class bowled amazing for us. To have them 12 for 3 was amazing. So yeah, there's a lot of positives that we can take out of it. Like I said, you in a different role, and I think Tasman did amazing. The way her and Dalmi had so much patience out there, and like you said, gutsy as well. And that shows a lot of character, I think, from having our backs against the wall to come up like that shows a lot about a player. But yeah, we would have loved to push it to tomorrow. But like I said, a lot of learnings and a lot of positives that we can take from that.
Thank you. Thanks, Morgan. Moving over to Percy. Please go ahead, sir.
Thank you so much, Lisa. Good afternoon, good evening, Chloe. So just to ask you, probably a bit of an unfair question to you, but what's the plans in between the South African women playing more Test cricket matches now?
Sorry, what was the question?
Sorry, just repeat the question again, Percy.
Something what?
I'm saying it's probably an unfair question to Chloe, but what stands between South African women playing more Test matches though, internationally though?
No idea. I just want to speak to the DOC and get them scheduled, I think. Yeah, like I said earlier, we'd love to play more red ball. Multi-formats is obviously really good challenge, playing T20, ODI, and then going into a Test match. We always want to play. I've loved watching Test cricket from when I was young, so to be part of it, especially here at the WACA, against the number 1 team in the world, is always exciting, and it's a good challenge. So hopefully in the near future we can have a lot more.
Just to follow up, sorry, Chloe, it's probably unfair to South Africa, you guys as a national side, playing once in every 2 or 3 years, you guys can never establish yourself in this format though.
Yeah, like I said, obviously we had the one in England, so obviously hopefully that's more building blocks to having more in the future. Like I said, the one I played was in 2014, so that was quite a while back, but to have the last one we played in 2022 and then having one now, it will obviously open a lot more doors for us to have a lot more multi-formats, and hopefully we can have some in South Africa as well, which would be really good for us to have teams playing in our home. So yeah, that'll be really exciting, hopefully, for the future.
Thank you, Chloe. Thank you, Lisa.
I feel like you asked 2 questions.
Stuart, please go ahead.
Thanks, Lita. Hi, Chloe. You're one of the most experienced players in that side. If you could go to the director of cricket at Cricket South Africa and go, listen, these are the kinds of things that I think would help this team to improve and to narrow this gap, which some of you guys have said you've narrowed to Australia, and the results reflect that. What are the kind of things that you would, I guess, offer him as tips that you might say, listen, this might work as we try and develop, players like Elmarie and say Ayanda?
I just think it would be more multi-format. I don't think it'll be anything else, and I think he's probably aware of that. We've had a lot of conversations on how we want to move cricket in South Africa and how we want to grow it as much as we can. I've always spoke about before I leave this space, I want to leave a little bit of a legacy where it opens a lot more doors for the girls coming in. So, going forward, multi-format will definitely be something that we want. So I'm sure he's well aware of that. So I know for the future, it's definitely on the cards.